All right. All right. What's up, Facebook friends and fam? I'm Rob. Whitney's over here. I don't know if I think we're live on Whitney's. So what's up, Whitney's people? We're gonna get this over to my people as well. Technical difficulties earlier today, so we're winging through two interviews here. So, me and Whitney we're both involved in a 90-day container within the community we belong to and the business we belong to. And the 90-day container involves a lot of training, a lot of application, and within it, we are doing a masterclass, which we are going to be hosting live on March 24th at 7 p.m. And that will be Pacific time. So we are inviting all to join. If you're coming across this right now, um, please come and join us on those days. There'll be a gift certificate prize of value of $100 that we are going to be raffling off to one of you lucky folks who join us for the entirety of the masterclass. So we would love to have you show up, come participate, and come learn about what we are doing ourselves, each of us.
Woo woo.
Um, so yeah, I'm gonna interview Whitney here. I just got conducted on an interview shortly ago by Whitney, and we want to just introduce each other to kind of find out a few things. With this container, we're working with a bunch of people within our community that are all over the world. And I'm over here in Santa Cruz. Whitney's up in Bend, Oregon. We've never personally met. We probably have mutual friends. I think we do, but we have not personally met. And we volunteered, uh, we connected within the group to work with each other. So we're going to be doing our mentorship and we're going to find out a little bit more about each other and why we came to the business. So, um, Whitney, the first question is before the business, can you share what your life looked like before you embarked on this business journey?
Yeah. So I was a respiratory therapist and I worked in the ICU and the emergency department and the NICU. So I was like working with really high intensity patients and cases. And I got sober and realized I'm a really sensitive person and maybe that wasn't the best career choice for me. But I love helping people, right? I love caregiving. Like that's just in my nature. And so, of course, I was drawn to like nursing, respiratory care. Some people don't know what respiratory is, but basically it's caregiving. And so, yeah, I was working 12-hour shifts and I was working 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. And even though that sounds like a really sweet um, schedule, like people are like, oh, you only work 3 days a week. It's 3 days of just work. And it's really intense work. So it's not like you're sitting around doing nothing. It's, you're going in and seeing these really like bloody cases. And so, yeah, it just kind of wore me down, especially after COVID. And I was like, I need to do something else, but I don't know what to do. I want to help my community in a way that like feels health and wellness, but yeah, I wasn't sure what it would be. Like I was looking into yoga, teaching yoga, and then eventually I came across breath work, and I believe breath work opened up something inside of me that said, go out, look for leveraged income, and support your journey in helping others with breath work. And so that's kind of in a nutshell what happened.
Nice. So the second question I wanted to ask was, what was your pivotal line in the sand moment? Like, what was your turning point that
Yeah,
made
so
you want to
I'm
do it?
also a single parent, and my co-parent and I have been doing week on, week off, and though I had a schedule that I could do that with, I was still just so exhausted and couldn't be there, like couldn't be present for my son. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this out, right? And see if I can do like go down in hours and really like leverage my income. That was in the legacy, right? I saw the legacy and I was like, ooh, I saw the commissions and I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like that was it. That really
Yeah.
the commissions and the legacy was incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, that's amazing for your son too in the future to get to that. Um, yeah, that's I can relate to a lot of that as well, and I'm sure a lot of these folks can too. So what is the most significant change you've experienced since starting this business so far?
Oh my goodness, so much change. Um, we were talking before this and like I just went to an interview and I think the old me would have taken the job and like suffered. And the new me was like, no. And so I think just standing in my posture, like standing in my power, gaining posture, being like the CEO of my life instead of just like watching my life kind of pass by. I get to like step into it and take control of it. And yeah, there's just been a lot of like huge personal growth with this. I'd already been on that path with like sobriety and breath work, and this was just kind of like the third leg of the stool, right? That was like gonna keep me sane and like stable. And so I just feel like it had to happen, right? Like this is part of my story. And so yeah, I mean, health wise, I feel so much more hydrated. Um, and quitting nicotine, which was more of like a spiritual thing. I believe it's like getting that bad energy out. Um, and then, yeah, just, I think just really showing up as somebody who's a leader
Yeah.
instead of a follower. And that's been super empowering.
Yeah, kind of putting more values on your health, yourself, where you can take
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are all huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that. That's like super vulnerable stuff. Um, what is your proudest achievement so far?
I feel like my proudest achievement was quitting my job. It was scary. It still is scary. I still think about going back. I've still applied to go back part-time and yet like I just need to stop that. That's old stuff. That's like old fear-based stuff because even if you do this business completely backwards and wrong, you can still win if you just keep going. And so just I think putting that belief in and going through not just saying I'm going to quit my job, but actually doing it um, was a huge achievement. And honestly, like I hadn't made any sales. And the minute I quit my job, a month later, I made my first sale.
Good for
So,
you.
I
Congrats.
mean, that was honestly
Yeah.
my proudest achievement is quitting my job, which is
Talk about
also,
speaking of being vulnerable, man, that's a vulnerable situation you put yourself in and way to
yeah,
way to step up
yeah.
and make it happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, high fives to that. Looking forward, what's the thing you're most excited about in the future?
oh gosh, I'm excited about so much. Like I have these vision boards and I'm like, well, that's happened. And so like I know that things can happen, but I think it's just like, growing in this business, not just in like the monetary funds, but growing as a person. I'm like, I've already come so far and just a short amount of time. Like, how exciting is it to think about what else is out there for me? Like, I have no clue. And that's exciting, right? Like, I have no clue what gifts are in the future for me, but I know they're going to be great. I know they're going to be awesome. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm looking forward to it. Like instead of fearing like clocking in, going to work, fearing that like I don't know that like I'm gonna hate working or something terrible is gonna happen at work and I'm gonna cry at work. Like I get to look forward to like the growth. So yeah, I'm just excited for like that momentum and that growth that's already started to happen to like explode.
Yeah, I like that. I like the positivity you got about revolving around that. That's great. And the last question, like if you could offer a piece of advice to your past self before you joined the business, like what would it be?
I think like it's gonna be okay. You're held, you're being held and like do the scary thing and do the brave thing, right? Do the next right thing, which is just like our motto in recovery. It's like do the next right thing, do the next right thing, and you won't like it's okay. And also failing is awesome. The more you fail, the better. I think I
Yeah.
just was such a perfectionist that I let it like hold me back. And so like fail often would
Yeah, you don't really learn if you get everything right all the time, right? Like
yeah.
kind of some of our biggest learning curves and growth is from when we've done the wrong thing.
Yeah. Oh, and don't miss the huddle.
Yeah.
I could have gotten there a little bit sooner, but
Yeah.
it's all good. I'm here now. So,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for setting this up and come to join us on our masterclass uh, Tuesday, March 24th, 7 p.m. We hope to see you all there.
Woohoo.
Come
Bye.
find out more.
Yeah. Okay. I stopped it. Stopped it.